Alright, let's get right back to the corn harvest we've been working on for the last 2 episodes. Go ahead and get Bubba going on this field, finishing it up. There's only a couple of stripes left with the case. And then we've got the John Deere over in another field. We're going to get it going, finishing up the large field that it was working on in the last episode. And at the end of this episode, we will get our totals for our harvest this year. It should be a great harvest. Alright, get Bubba going into 690. We got Berta running the semi back and forth to the corn dryer. Got a lot going on this episode. If you like this type of content and Let's Play, please like and subscribe. This is Freddy Eddy. I appreciate you coming to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the episode. So let's go ahead and get the 690 unloaded here. I love all the new equipment on the farm. Sure makes things easier. Got our chaser bin. Got the new harvester going there, the S690R. Holds 23,000 liters of whatever you're harvesting. Corn or cereal, beans. No root crops, obviously. It's a normal harvester. I definitely want to pick up a couple more of these harvesters. At least 2 more, maybe 3. Make this process go a lot quicker. A lot of jumping around because we got a lot of different things going on. We've got 2 harvesters going. We've got 2 chaser bins, which this is just a trailer, but we're using it as a chaser bin. So we've got 2 tractors, 2 trailers, 2 harvesters, a semi, all going simultaneously. We're running the corn to the corn dryer that we own in town because we get a lot better profit running it through that corn dryer than if we would just sell it outright. So there's going to be a lot of jumping around, a little bit of fast forwarding too. I'll play some music when we fast forward through some stuff. But pretty good episode, I think. Finish up the year, finish up the harvest. Got all these fields to prep afterwards, which won't be on this episode, but we'll get around to it. Do it over the winter. Probably have you guys back for planting season. Maybe sell some wool and eggs today. And Berta's hung up on the belt loader. Go ahead and get her over to the field so we can get her loaded up for another run to the corn dryer with a full load of corn. Got a lot of moving parts. Wouldn't have it any other way though. Looks like the 690 is getting full. I have to unload it here pretty quick. We only have one small field left. It's in the upper corner there. You can see it off in the distance. It's just the corner field. After this one and the case is working on, which is just a couple of stripes really. So we don't have too much corn left to do. I think the next planting season, I think I'll go ahead and do beans. It pays well and we don't have to run it through the dryer, but not that I mind running it through the dryer. It's pretty simple. And then all of our harvest is up in town already for when we go to sell it, but I think I'm going to do beans next time just to mix it up. But hopefully we can buy this field that, you know, to finish off the block that we own. I'd like to own the whole block and make it a lot nicer. Alright, got a full load, and go ahead and run this over to the semi and get it unloaded into the semi. Then we can send Berta back to the corn dryer and just keep moving right along. We're getting there. Like I said, hang out if you want to find out what we harvested for this monster harvest at the end of this episode. I'll have the final numbers and totals for you. But like I said, we got some wool, some eggs to sell. Get that stuff sold off, so we'll have money for propane. It's hard to believe that the chaser like that will hold a whole semi-load of corn, but in real life that's the way it is too. It's the way they're made. They just hold a lot. They also don't go down the field generally. Some do, smaller ones do, but ones this size don't usually. They fill up semi trucks and they send them down the road. Alright, so we got Berta all loaded up. Send her on her way. Harvest is done on that large field, and we just got the small field to run over to. Take it over here in the corner and get Bubba started on this small corner field so we can get it finished up. Looks like the case is finished with what it was doing, so we'll be able to unload that trailer and put that equipment up for the year. Like I said, I will be jumping ahead, just fast forwarding on some of the stuff that's repetitive, but not too much, just a couple little spots where we jump ahead, or fast forward I should say. Can't believe I planted all this corn with that little planter. Took forever. Alright, well, get Berta sent over to town to the corn dryer so we can get her back here. I think we've got this load and I would guess maybe one more load of corn to go, one more semi-load to go, and we'll be done with the harvest. New semi, new trailer, new tractors, new harvester, using them all on this episode. Alright, so we can go ahead and put this case away now. Do a little cleanup with it first, though. I missed some spots. Courseplay, that happens usually on the corners. You miss a little bit here and there, but no big deal. Go ahead and get them cleaned up. Pretty sure I said like and subscribe. I'm just reminding you to like and subscribe and make my day. If you've made it this far in the video. Just a couple more spots in this field to clean up, and we'll go ahead and empty the case out and get it lined up for maintenance and washed up for the year. This last little bit here in the corner and we'll be done with the case. A little tedious, but it's probably being a little anal about things. I mean, you probably could have just plowed that in and it wouldn't have made a difference, but sometimes you can't help yourself. Or I can't help myself anyway. I see missed harvest and I just go right after it. So let's take a look at the farm here. The yellow, or yeah, the purple is all our fields. You can see the corner one is getting done right now, and you know they all need to be plowed. And that's showing that they've been harvested. And you can see the backfield there that I want to buy. It wraps around our one. I want to buy that one and incorporate it into one large field. Well, it's hard to find good help. Berta was hung up on a vehicle in town, so let's get this unloaded. Get it going. And that there on the right is the corn mill, which we do not own, which I don't know if it's worth buying or not. I imagine it is. Anytime you have a production, it always helps to refine it a little more and then get a little more money out of it. But you know, like I said, this is the corn dryer. That's the propane tank that we have to fill to the right there. And but this is where all the corn's going, to the corn dryer. We own it. We bought it last harvest, I think, and might as well use it because it does pay well. Dried corn pays really well. squirrely. Get this thing back to the farm and get that last load of corn so we can finish up the harvest. And send them back to the main drive here. Alright, now we can put this case away. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, so enjoy the fast forward, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Alright, welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and take this trailer up to the silo and get it unloaded, and then put this equipment away for the winter, or at least get it staged out of the way so we can do some work on prepping the fields and different things that we're going to need to do this winter. Get it loaded in the silo, and then I can just load the semi from there. Okay, so we got that unloaded. Go ahead and park it over here. Just maybe leave it here for the winter, or stage it here for the winter. Talking about the trailer. And then we can hop in the semi and get it loaded up. Show you how long it takes to load a semi in real time in this game, which I might be able to retire by the time it's done. And we're loading. Now this trailer does hold quite a bit. I'm thinking it's 79,500 liters. Which is quite a bit, and this auger is slower than some other ways to load trailers. I think some of the other silo bins and silos, I think they load a little quicker maybe, but in real time, it takes a minute to get one loaded. And I've probably oh, I don't know, probably 8 or 9 truckloads over to the corn dryer like this, having to load it up and send it. So it does take a while if you're not watching a YouTube video and actually playing in real time to play the game. It's a very immersive game. It is a simulator, so it has a way of slowing you down. So finally, so it took that long, which I'm not sure how long that was, maybe a minute, minute and a half, but that's just to load the trailer. It doesn't take that long to dump it, thank God. Anyway, we'll get this sent to the corn dryer in town, where we're unloading them, like I've said before. Go ahead and fast forward through this a little bit. Always gets caught in town there on the fence. I don't know, I thought it was the car it was getting caught on, but it's like the fence or the tree or something it gets hung up on. So every load I send, I gotta take over and finish the load. And there's a car. Definitely getting there, though. Go ahead and get her lined up and dump her in. And it takes a little while to unload them. Not as long to unload them as it does to load them, but everything you do in this game is a little time consuming. Go ahead and send them back, I think, for probably the last load of the season. And my tractor is trying to run over my harvester. It's nice and full. Harvester's empty. Go ahead and run this back to the farm. Did a great job for us this year. Like I said, I want to pick up at least one more of these, but maybe 2. We'll see how much money we make come June, because I think June is the sweet spot for selling dried corn in this game. So we'll have to wait until June, which of course that's after planting season. We gotta get through winter and planting season, and then we'll be able to sell the harvest in June and buy some more land and buy some more equipment and grow the farm, which is the name of the game. And you know, more land you have, more equipment you have, the more efficient you are. But the more land you have, the more yield you'll get at the end of the season, and that's what it's all about. I'm curious to know. Oh, it looks like I'm almost stuck. Curious to know if any of you have ever played one map long enough to own the whole map. I gotta say that's something I've never done. I've owned probably, I don't know, at least over half or maybe even more of a map before, but I don't know if I know I've never owned the whole map, which that would be pretty cool to own the whole map. But you'd have to have a lot of equipment, and you'd have to be harvesting on real time, and God, it would probably take you a day just to harvest, even if you had like 6 or 8 harvesters going. That might be fun to try sometime. Just buy the whole map and plant everything one, like plant all beans, or, which would probably be the best to plant, because you make good money on them, and you don't get as much of them as you do, say, corn or wheat or any of the cereal crops. So that's the last little corn up. That's what I'm doing, getting the last little corn out of the silo, making sure that this is all of it. And I'm going to go ahead and load the last little bit here, which is not as a full load, into our semi, so we can get it over to the corn harvester and get it drying. We're going to have to add some propane at some point to that corn dryer, because we certainly don't have enough to do this much corn in it, and it's pretty expensive actually. I don't know if you all bought propane for a corn dryer yet, but it's surprisingly expensive. I got a little trailer, and I bet I'd probably spend $150,000 on propane to fill that little trailer up to be able to fill the dryer up with. So we'll go ahead and get this over and get it staged next to the other trailer. We're finished with it for the season. It did a great job. A new auger trailer. I'm glad we have it. It made things a lot easier than just using that little trailer to try to do it all with. And that's the thing about the equipment in this game is it's bigger. If you got bigger fields, you need bigger equipment, and it just makes everything go smoother and easier. It's just like this new plow that I bought that I'm getting ready to hook up to here. It is ridiculously big, and I'm gonna start plowing, but I'm not gonna show you guys the plowing on this episode. I'm just going to get it started, because as of right now we're done with the harvest, but I'm still trying to deliver corn to the corn dryer. Still got to get the totals for everybody for this 2-episode harvest that we've got going on. So like I said, I'm just going to get this started, and then maybe next episode we'll prep some fields and do some other things, and get prepared for winter. But like I said, I'm not gonna show a lot of this. This is just getting it rolling and getting it started and getting it going so we can get done with it, because we've got to plow and we've got to cultivate. And luckily we got a bigger tractor, and this will handle the plow, which is a bigger tractor that we bought. But we have another tractor that's even bigger now that'll handle the cultivator. Of course, it's John Deere, and like I said, we'll do that in the next episode. Right now it's all about finishing this harvest, which this is the last load. It has been a insanely huge corn harvest, but I'm sure that there's people out there that's watching this video that's had bigger ones. I mean, it's not the, like I said, it's not the whole map or half the map, but these fields on Alma, Missouri are big fields, and it's a good one. So we'll get the totals here in a little bit on what we did. I got to sell some wool and sell some eggs so that we have some money for the propane, and have a little money going through the winter with pay maintenance costs and whatnot for the farm. We still have to have some labor costs for the prepping of the fields. So luckily we've got chickens and sheep for a nice passive income for us, which really helps things out. We'll get this stuff sold off and, like I said, make some money. If you're still with me, I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe. It would really make my day for somebody to like or subscribe to my channel. It's hard getting traction on YouTube, and I'm doing what I can to try to make that happen. I'm starting to get to probably 75% of this series is over, and we're hung up on that car again. 75% of this Alma, Missouri series is over. I'm gonna I want to buy the field that I've been talking about and incorporate it into the farm and do some other stuff, but we're winning. We're definitely winning on Alma, Missouri. It's we're pretty much millionaire farmers at this point. I do love this game. I'm sure that y'all do too. If you're watching content like this, I did for years before I decided to try my luck at being a content creator, and I think the only reason I'm really doing it is because I enjoy this game so much. And like I said, I'd really appreciate if you would like and subscribe. It would definitely make my day. Can't say it enough. Alright, so we've got the eggs over. I think the restaurant's behind us right there. I love about the triggers on this map. You can just pull the trailer right over top of the trigger and it just sucks it right out of the trailer, which is absolutely amazing and convenient, and I wish all maps were that way. So you can see it counting there. I think that's a solid, can't quite see that, 58,000 I think is what it was. And then we sold some wool, so it took us up to 217. And now we are going to get our last load of wool and get it sold off. Get this stuff loaded up real quick. If you guys haven't used this little trailer, this little auto load trailer, you're missing out. I can't say enough about it. It's so convenient. You get a truck or have a truck, like, and I like the Chevy. I'm partial to the Chevy 1 ton. Made my day when they finally put it into the game. A modder come up with it. But this little trailer, this little auto load trailer, it's very convenient. Now I know there's other things, other auto loaders in the game, that work really well and stuff, but like for like wool or chickens, it's really all you need, and it's not very expensive. That's what's nice about it. You don't have to break the bank to buy it, and it works well, which when it comes down to it, that's what matters. And that's what I hope Farm Sim 25 is. I hope it's a better version of FS22 that we're playing here, because I love the game, but I also love it when things work. And I'm really curious about how the land and everything else is going to be in FS25, but that's for another episode to talk about, I guess. So here I'm getting that's our little propane trailer, and I've got 250, looks like $7,000, and now I'm going to load propane here, which took me a while to figure out where the trigger was for this propane. I thought it was over by the tanks, but it's just right here. And I'm going to load this up with some propane. Okay, I gotta get the covers undone here. So anyway, I load this up with 75,000 pounds of propane, and I deliver it to the corn dryer so that we have plenty of propane to dry all our corn. We end up with 775,000 liters of corn to run through the corn dryer, and we have until next June to do it, which I shouldn't be a problem. So that's our final harvest, 775,000 liters off the fields. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. Please like and subscribe. This is Freddy Eddy, and I will see you on the next episode. I appreciate you watching, and bye for now.